I'm HalfDeafRen, and welcome to this quick low-level low-gear Moons of Peril guide. If you're getting slapped by the blood moon, if you're brand new to the Moons of Peril, or if you're trying to finish the Perilous Moons quest at a low level, this guide is for you. All you need is a crush weapon, a slash weapon, a stab weapon, the tankiest, most defensive gear you have, and 38 herb lore. I recommend a single slot teleport for hardcore Ironman like me, or just anyone who isn't wanting to die. As you can see, my gear isn't all that great. In fact, an adamant kite is the best shield I have, so just grab the best defensive gear you own. A lot of guides say you need at least borrows or better, and that does make a big difference, but you can get away with lower gear as you can see here. I'm combat level 76, I completed this at level 75, and I believe you could do this at a lower level with a little RNG. Navigating the caverns isn't as difficult as you may think. Simply pull up your minimap, scroll out a bit, and hover over the yellow boxes to see where the doors take you. Now for gearing up, if you're doing the Moons of Peril at a low level or with low gear, food is going to be the most important, so I like to take just 2 Moonlight Mead potions. You're going to grab some herb lore supplies and hunting supplies, then go over and collect from the grubby sapling. Use your pestle and mortar on the Moonlight grub, add those to your vials, and make some Moonlight Mead. Moonlight Mead acts as your prayer potions plus super attack, strength, etc. Grab some extra herb lore supplies if needed to get 2 full 4-dose potions, and drop the rest. For food, you just need your rope. Set up your traps on these rocks, shake this bush, and collect the lizards. I like to get 9 lizards because 1 lizard could turn into 2 or 3 food pieces, so you don't need a full inventory. Drop your rope, cook the lizards, and you're good to go. These lizards heal 1/3 of your cooking level or half of your hunting level, whichever is less. You could also get fish that heal 1/3 of your fishing level or half of your cooking level. So if your fishing level is stacked, you'll want to collect the fishing supplies over here, fish at one of these spots, and use that as your food instead. You use this statue to go into the boss fight. Each boss has one. Before you go in, set up your quick prayers. I use Steel Skin, Ultimate Strength, and Incredible Reflexes. If you have some better prayers like Chivalry or Piety, you'd want to use those. The blue moon is weak to crush, so equip your dragon mace or other crush weapon. After having your prayers ready and crush weapon equipped, sip a dose of Moonlight Mead to boost your stats and head on in. Every moon boss has 3 phases, and you can jump in at any phase. For the blue moon, we're starting off with the tornado phase. Fairly simple, you want to avoid the tornadoes and light the 2 braziers at each end of the room. If a tornado hits you, your run will be turned off, so you'll want to turn that back on and keep on rolling. Once you're done, return to the middle and keep an eye out for the lit circle to stand on. Next, we have the main fight phase. The boss will do a 3-swing attack twice, and then you'll move to the next circle in a clockwise direction. Keep an eye on your HP and try to eat in transition from circle to circle if possible. To use your resources most effectively, you want to have your quick prayers turned on during the fight phase and deactivate during the other phases. Finally, for the blue moon, we have the block of ice phase. The boss steals your weapon and throws it in a block of ice, and you have to kick or punch the block while avoiding the shards. This is pretty easy. Step back when the shards appear, go back to kick the block, and repeat. You'll repeat these 3 phases until you finally beat the boss. Once you win, you'll be kicked out back into the caverns, and you'll want to go restock on food and Moonlight Mead before tackling the next one. Next, we have the Eclipse moon. Eclipse is weak to stab. I've got a dragon longsword, but you can use the best stab weapon you've got and ensure your attack style is actually set to stab and not slash or something. Same rules apply, make sure your prayers are ready, boost your stats with some Moonlight Mead, and hop on in. First, we have the Eclipse Moon Orb phase. I'm not going to lie, I struggle at this. Some say it's easier to walk, I think it's easier to run, but either way, the goal is to stay behind the ball so you don't take damage. After the rotation is done, stand on the lit circle, and next up will be the main attack phase. The main attack phase is the same for all the moon bosses. We'll do a 3 swipe attack twice, then you'll move to the next lit circle. Make sure to have your prayers activated and use those special attacks if applicable. Final phase for the Eclipse Moon is the clone phase. This is really easy. All you need to do is click right under each spawn as it pops up. I like to do a double click right on the circle shadow below. You'll repeat these phases until you beat the Eclipse Moon, where of course you'll be booted back to the caverns to restock and get ready for the final fight. The Blood Moon is the hardest, especially for low-level, low-defense gear players, because the Blood Moon will heal itself every time it does damage to you. I have found the best way to beat the Blood Moon as a lower-level player with lower-level gear is to really make use of special attacks. The Blood Moon is weak to slash, so I'm using a Dragon Scimitar, but I start with the Dragon Longsword and use its slash special attack to start off the fight, and pull it back out whenever I have a 25% special attack energy. Then I alternate to the Dragon Scimitar when I'm not using a special attack. As always, pod up, make sure your prayers are set, and hop on in. Starting with the main fight phase, I'm using those D-long special attacks, making sure to stay on the lit circles. Nothing new here. The Jaguar phase is interesting because timing is important. You have to step back every 5 ticks, but if, like me, you aren't a tick counting master, simply wait for the blood pool to fully form, then step back, attack again, wait for the blood pool to fully form, step back, and repeat. If you successfully do this, the Jaguar will heal you a little bit during this phase. And finally, we have the blood pool phase. Just try to avoid stepping in the blood pools. I find trying to move 2 tiles at a time is fairly effective. The Blood Moon may take a few tries at a low level, so don't be afraid to telly out if needed and try again. With a little RNG and practice, you can definitely win this fight. That's it for the guide. I hope some of you lower level players or Ironmen with lower gear can knock out the Moons of Peril. Let me know in the comments what level and gear you were able to defeat the Moons of Peril with. Please consider dropping a like and a subscribe. I'm a new content creator posting weekly with my Noob vs. Bosses series, and I have a goal to reach 25 subscribers. Happy gaming!